The night was alive inside the AT&T Center in San Antonio. The roar of the crowd shook the walls as two undefeated men stepped into the ring. Keith "One-Time" Thurman stood calm but burning inside with purpose, a young American thunderbolt with destruction in both hands. Across from him, Diego "La Hoya" Chaves of Argentina, thick-bodied, dangerous, eyes locked like a hunter who had crossed oceans to conquer. The lights dimmed. The announcer's voice echoed, and the crowd fell silent for a heartbeat. This wasn't just another fight. It was a collision of ambition and pride. The first bell rang, and all hesitation vanished. Chaves came forward behind a hard jab, digging viciously to the ribs. Thurman fired back with blistering counters, testing distance, testing power. In those first 3 minutes, both men felt the truth. Neither would give an inch. The crowd was witnessing a battle, not a boxing match. Early on, Chaves tried to drag Thurman into a war. He wanted to make the young American uncomfortable, to force him into trenches, where pure grit mattered more than technique. He slammed heavy hooks to the body, snapping Thurman's head back with overhand rights. For a moment, it looked as if the Argentinian's raw pressure might break the rising star. Blood began to drip from Thurman's nose, his expression unchanged, but his pride clearly stung. And that's when something in him shifted. He started to move, sliding out of danger, using his feet to create space, his jab to reclaim control. Each time Chaves lunged in, Thurman made him pay. Left hooks off the pivot, quick counters to the midsection. The crowd began to sense it too. The tide was turning. The same storm that Chaves brought into the ring was now starting to swirl back toward him. By the middle rounds, the fight had evolved into a brutal chess match. Both men still traded heavy artillery, but Thurman's rhythm had changed the tempo. His jab snapped sharper. His combinations flowed smoother. He mixed his attack beautifully. Jabs upstairs, hooks to the ribs. Overhand rights over Chaves' guard. The Argentinian kept coming, driven by pride, still landing punishing body shots of his own. But you could see the energy fading from his legs. The precision of Thurman was taking its toll. The audience could feel a shift in the air, the kind of slow, inevitable turn that happens when skill starts to overtake raw aggression. Thurman's confidence was growing by the second. His movement, his balance, his timing, all the tools of a seasoned champion were starting to shine through. Chaves, though brave and relentless, was being forced to fight not only Thurman's fists, but his intelligence. Then came the 8th round, the round that broke the Argentinian's body and spirit. Chaves still pushed forward, firing hooks and uppercuts, desperate to change the story. But Thurman's counters now landed like sledgehammers. The American dug a cruel left hook deep into Chaves' ribs, a shot so sharp it echoed across the arena. Chaves froze, his face twisting in agony, his knees trembling as he tried to hold his guard high. Thurman saw the weakness, smelled blood, and unleashed a storm. His combinations were vicious, hooks, straights, uppercuts, each one delivered with precision and intent. Chaves fought back on instinct alone, his toughness the only thing keeping him upright. But the rhythm of the fight was gone. His breathing labored, his body language fading. Thurman had found the key to victory, and he wasn't about to let it slip away. The 10th round began with a sense of finality. Thurman, stalking forward, was now the predator. The noise of the crowd rose to a thunderous pitch as he closed the distance. He dipped low, fired another wicked left hook to the body, and Chaves folded, dropping to one knee, gasping for air. The referee counted. The audience counted with him. But somehow, Chaves stood again, driven by sheer heart. Thurman didn't wait. He charged forward, throwing a ferocious combination that ended with a right hand and another left hook that crashed into Chaves' body and temple. Down he went for the second time. The referee waved it off. It was over. The arena erupted. Keith Thurman had done it. A 10th round knockout. A statement of power and will. As the announcer's voice thundered, naming him the new WBA interim welterweight champion, Thurman lifted his gloves high. In that moment, one time became more than a nickname. It became a warning to the world. When Keith Thurman lands, it only takes once. In the 10th, Thurman unleashed hell. Every movement carried purpose, every punch a statement. He stalked Chaves with cold precision, his gloves snapping through the air like thunderbolts. The Argentine, proud and unbroken in spirit, tried to fire back, but his body betrayed him. The punishment from earlier rounds had taken its toll, his ribs bruised, his breathing heavy, his guard slowly crumbling. Thurman sensed it. He began throwing with violent rhythm. A sharp jab to set the distance, a right hook to the temple, then a ripping left to the body. Each shot landed cleaner than the last, pushing Chaves closer to the edge. The crowd rose to its feet, sensing the inevitable. They could feel it. The end was near. The arena erupted. Thurman raised his gloves high, eyes glistening with pride and relief. He had done it. Not just won, but arrived. In that moment, one time wasn't just a nickname. It was a declaration. He had conquered the undefeated Argentine, claimed the interim WBA Welterweight title, and announced himself to the world as one of boxing's new kings. As Chaves stood up, battered but proud, the two men shared a nod, warriors recognizing warriors, under the bright lights. Amid the echoes of cheers and applause, Keith Thurman's legend was born.